Hey guys, what's up? It's JMT and welcome back to another Survive the Night video. In this video, we're going to be testing and trying out all of the breathing perks because it was actually suggested by more than one person, so we got to do it. The way I'm going to be testing these breathing perks is it's going to be a little bit different than I'd say what some other people would come up with, but I feel like this would be the best and most beneficial way to go ahead and actually test these perks. So I actually joined a private lobby, and for most of this I had to pull a friend, and I also had to go on an alt account as well just to go ahead and be able to use all the breathing perks. Because the way to test this was I was going to be the slasher, and I was going to count in seconds how long it would take for me to reach the survivor by just hearing his breathing. So before we actually go ahead and start the video, the normal breathing range that we went ahead and tested was about 5 seconds to reach the survivor. And all of these, by the way, were tested while people were hidden. Because that's how we can actually get the full effect of using these perks. If you're just out in the open with these perks, it doesn't really help too much because the breathing rate and the breathing density and the breathing volume and all that stuff, all those words, okay, you can hear people so much farther away when they're just not hiding. Let's go ahead and go over all of the breathing perks. There is Coward, Hidden, Stealth, Hinge Grease, Iron Lungs, Elusive, Shallow Breath, and Relaxed. These are all perks that have breathing changes in it. Some of these perks are not actually meant for breathing, but they have a breathing change in it. A good example for this description would be the Hinge Grease. The Hinge Grease perk is not actually meant for breathing because its main focus is to open and shut doors more quietly, but it does have a breathing change in it, which is why I went ahead and tested it. With the Coward perk, the description is it will dramatically decrease your breathing range and volume while you're hiding, and this will decrease the sound of your breathing, and it will decrease how far you can actually hear the breathing. So with the Coward perk, we went ahead and tested this, and it was about 3 seconds to reach the survivor, which is 2 seconds less than what it would be without having a breathing perk. And also with the Coward perk, it's pretty hard to tell in the actual game itself, unless we're going to go to this one specific perk that I want to look at. But the breathing volume is basically like the sound and how loud your breathing is. Sometimes this is hard to tell because the breathing for some people just sounds the same every time. When I actually play Survive the Night, I can't tell if people are using breathing perks or not unless they're using the hidden perk, which then you can actually tell quite a bit. It's super hard to tell, which is why the volume to me doesn't matter too much, but for some perks it does. Next is the hidden perk, and the main focus of this is actually to be undetectable while hiding. So when the slasher goes ahead and tries to detect everyone to see where everyone is, if you're using the hidden perk and you're hiding in like a locker or in a bush or in a bunch of boxes, stuff like that, you won't be detectable, and it will tell the slasher as well, like, hey, some people are hidden. So the hidden perk does increase your breathing range and volume, and you can tell by a lot, okay? With the hidden perk, if you're hiding, you can really hear them. We went ahead and tested this, and it was between 7 to 8 seconds, but I want to say it was 8 seconds max. 8 seconds away, the slasher can hear you. That is crazy. And you can really hear the breathing volume in this one. You can hear the change of it because it is insanely loud if you're right up next to the person using the hidden perk. Next is the stealth perk, and this is decreasing your breathing range and volume. This doesn't really change too much because as we tested, it's only 4 seconds to get from the slasher to the survivor, which is only 1 second less than not wearing a breathing perk. So to be honest, if you are wearing stealth, I wouldn't suggest it too much because it doesn't really change much. It's only a second difference. Hinge Grease. This reduces your breathing range, and you can open and close doors quickly and quietly. We already talked about this, but let's look at the reducing breathing range. This is actually the same as the stealth perk. It's 4 seconds, so it doesn't reduce it too much. Only a 1 second difference. But like before, if you're using the Hinge Grease perk, I'm pretty sure whoever's using this is doing it so you can open and close doors quickly and quietly, because that's actually pretty beneficial when you're the survivor. So Hinge Grease beats stealth perk because it actually grants them the open and close door quickly and quietly. It's another bonus feature to a perk, so you gotta look at that when you're looking at perks. Iron Lungs. This significantly decreases your breathing volume. And Iron Lungs, you can tell. This is the perk I wanted to talk about. With the breathing volume and how you can actually hear the breathing, you can tell quite a bit that this decreases it, okay? It's actually crazy. So with the Iron Lungs perk, it's faint breathing sound. You actually enter that breathing sound barrier from 2 to 3 seconds as we walk in, but you can't really start to hear it till about 1 to 2 seconds. It really decreases the breathing volume, and it's crazy. Next is Elusive perk. This reduces your breathing range and increases your speed. So again, it has that reduced word in it, so this is the same as stealth and Hinge Grease. It's only 4 seconds to go ahead to get from the slasher to the survivor. So your speed's a little bit faster, and you got a 1 second decrease from the normal breathing range. Next we have Shallow Breath. This significantly decreases your breathing range, which is the time it takes to actually go ahead and reach the survivor. It's the time where you can actually hear the breathing happen. That is the range. And with the Shallow Breath perk, it takes about 3 seconds from the slasher to the survivor. So this is a 2 second decrease from the normal breathing without a breathing perk. So Shallow Breath is actually pretty self-explanatory, okay? You got Shallow Breath, 2 second decrease. The Relax perk, this is the perk that we were talking about before. Your breathing is near silent while your lamp is on. This is a crazy perk as well. So if you're using the Relax perk and your lamp isn't on, then it's just like not even wearing a perk at all, because it takes about 5 seconds to reach from the slasher to the survivor, which is no decrease at all. No decrease, no increase. It's the same as just having normal breathing without a breathing perk. But if your lamp is on, then it takes about 1 to 2 seconds. So this is just like Iron Lung. The only reason I would use Iron Lungs besides this Relax perk, because I know some people are going to be like, well, if the Iron Lungs works like this and the Relax perk works like this, then why not just use the Relax perk? Even though the slasher can't go ahead and hear you from a certain distance away, you got your lamp on, okay? That projects a very bright light. The slasher is still going to be able to go ahead and actually see where you are without having to worry about your breathing. So that's all the breathing perks in Survive the Night so far. We went ahead and went over and we tested them all out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was beneficial. If you guys got any other notes, leave them in the comments. I love the comment section, okay? That's the best part about making these videos. I love learning so much. You guys really do help out a lot, and I would like to go ahead and continue that. I learned so much out of the comment section, so thank you guys. Keep it up. It's awesome. It's amazing. You guys are amazing. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching.